All right, everyone, back again. Little break that we had, and let's get back into it. So, Ben, how you feeling?
Yes.
How you been?
My guy, I told you, and I keep repeating this to you. Man U is winning the Premier League this
Oh
year.
my god!
Yes.
Hey, bro.
Have
Hey,
you
bro.
seen
Hey,
the
bro.
table?
Hey. Okay, quick question.
Did
Quick
you
question,
flip it
Mandem.
upside down or something? Or
What you saying, man? What you saying? What you saying? Quick question, Mandem. Listen. Hey, how many points does Tottenham have? How many points?
hey, that's right,
How
Toppenham,
many points?
because we're at
How
the
many points?
top. More than you.
20. Man U, 9, 11 points, bro. I know you're gonna go through a series, but anyway, let's talk about this, man. We won our game. Brentford, La Remontada. Sir Scott
Oh
McTominay. Please
god.
give him a knighthood. That guy is Beckham. I can tell you, there's no player at Tottenham who can touch McTominay's jersey. I'm just
Oh
simply saying,
god.
what's up, my guy?
I wish I had this because I guarantee you ranted about McTominay, you wanted him out. I think you guys wanted to sell at
What?
one point.
What?
I'm just saying. We never spoke
Bruh,
about it, but all right. I'm gonna say is
let me tell you something. Let
I
me tell
think
you
you're
something.
upset. I think you're upset that
Uh,
in the academy he wasn't scouted to be a striker. I'm pretty sure that's what you're upset about.
Richarlison cannot touch Scott McTominay's jersey. Son cannot touch McTominay's jersey. That
Okay,
guy is a
that's just
decorated
I'll
winner.
let the first part go, not the second part. So you should have stopped me.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
tell you something. How many trophies is Son lifted? But McTominay has lifted Europa, my guy. So let's count this thing. Okay, anyway, talk to me. What's up? How is it the top? How does it
Okay.
feel to be at
All
the
right.
top?
So obviously we're at the top of the league. Not a
Yeah.
delusional fan. I'm not gonna run with it. Gonna say, oh man, we're in a title race now, and nothing like that. So I think we're overperforming. If anything, playing attractive football, which is the core thing. First season with this new coach, not proven the top
Mhm.
five league. So I think that we're doing really well. I think in the beginning the narrative was that we haven't faced any tough opponents. We versed yours truly, United early. We versed Arsenal and then Liverpool. I know Liverpool that was bad in the fact that we didn't get that. We got that call and we didn't deserve that 100%. So the Liverpool fans are crying for like weeks. I think they're still crying, to be honest. I know you probably enjoy
Uh,
you relish in
they
tears.
should cry. They should cry. Yes, their tears
um,
are sweet to
yeah.
my lips. Yeah.
So yeah, I will say I think I honestly loving it obviously that we're at the top. Loving big and football. I'm sure even you as a spectator, and I've seen other friends too, like reach out and say that I can't lie that this is it's a big change, attractive football. So they've been tuning in games, which is always nice if like you have rivals, other teams that are
Quick
tuning in as
question.
well.
Did you at one point when we did the at the beginning of the season, did you think you'd be at the top?
No,
Did
hell
you?
no, hell no.
All right.
Absolutely not. There's no. I even said I went as far as to say, and I still remember this that based on every other managers like had their like positions like Arteta's like locked in, Pep's locked in, Klopp's untouchable. Like so, I was saying out of the top traditional six, um, I was gonna say Poch and Ange were basically we're gonna have their neck on the line. Even now, I still can't believe that Poch hasn't had more pressure. So they've been actually much more calmer than I thought they'd be after investing way too much with Potter. But yeah, I was thinking that if things go south, it's going to go south bad. There's going to be God knows how many headlines. I guarantee there's God knows how many
Yeah.
content creators that have memes ready for Andy's downfall. Like they've been waiting and it's now collecting dust now, like our trophy cabinet, right?
Yeah,
I
but
should
let's
say,
let's not
but
let's not count our chickens too early because
yeah.
I'm the guy who brings it to reality. And the thing is,
You bring
I
me
don't
to
know how much
reality?
you. Hey, bruh. Come on
Man,
them. Come on them. Yeah, listen, listen, listen,
I
listen,
guarantee you
listen,
by the time
listen,
this ends, you're going to
listen,
say something completely
listen,
delusional, but
listen,
continue.
listen.
Continue.
I don't know if you watched your last game against Luton FC. I watched your game, bro. I mean, I watch your
Okay.
games and I watch
Okay.
my games.
Okay.
You guys, you nearly, because I think Luton is just a team which is going to go get relegated. You were 10 men. 10 men, because of course, yes, Bissouma is an idiot. But that game, you scraped the win. But also at the same time, I have to say, yeah, it's true. For you to win the Premier
We
League, you have to
scored
scrape
after. We
wins.
scored after being a
I
man
know
down
because
too,
they are
which is good.
useless.
Yeah.
Because they are still useless. Luton is useless. You remember I said it. They are
Did you guys
useless.
face
They'll
Luton
get
yet?
relegated.
Did you guys face Luton yet?
No, not yet.
I don't
Actually,
think
we
so.
face Burnley.
You
Yeah, we're
better
playing
pray
Sheffield
you
though.
smash them. You better
Yeah,
pray
we do.
because
Come on, guys.
I think
Come
Burnley
on.
we did what 5-2, and then you guys versed them. I think as well. Was it 1-0?
One nil. Yeah, we don't
Okay.
waste goals.
So,
3 points is
all right.
3 points, whether you score 50
Okay.
or 10.
Okay.
But man,
Okay.
listen, you got 20 points. The guys behind you, I think they've got 18 points, Arsenal and Man City. And I know you guys are the ones who are unbeaten so far. You and Arsenal, both of you
So
unbeaten.
we're tied with Arsenal, and then we're just ahead slightly because of the goals for. So that's a rule. But yeah,
Yes.
right now City lost the points. Liverpool, yeah.
So I say, let's talk in a month. I told you after game number 15, if you guys are at the top, I can have a serious discussion with you. But right now, you just
No,
Manchester
I'm
United is
not
winning the
having the
Premier
discussion.
League.
Oh my god. Okay.
Anyway, let's enjoy the time at the top. I don't want to spend more time on this
Okay.
thing. Enjoy your three
We can
days.
go
Actually,
slightly.
probably
Let's go
tomorrow.
slightly under the top right now. So recently we had a big match, Arsenal versus City. I think that was obviously much. That was a big watch. Everyone was tuning in, and big performance, obviously. So I generally thought that City would cause more problems, especially with Saka injured. And I have to say, Saliba was absolute class. The fact that they were able to pocket Haaland, I think, was the first time that he had zero point 0.0 expected goals. So they kept him completely quiet.
Yeah.
And I have to say, hats off to Arsenal. They did a great job on that front.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was disappointed with Manchester City. I just think they didn't have a strategy. I think I sometimes feel like Pep overthinks this thing. He went with some kids. And just Arsenal, I think they did the basics. They did the basics. They just, put more pressure. They were at home. They had home support. And I think Manchester City is just kind of failing to live a life without De Bruyne. Pep didn't even play Grealish. I was like, what's happening? Um, I I'm not gonna even start about Haaland, bro. I'm not gonna start about Haaland, bro, because I got opinions, bro.
What do you
You
gotta
know,
say about Haaland, man? I want to hear this.
he's a one season flop, and I can tell you this. And mark my words, right now. Let me tell you, Rasmus Haaland is a better striker than Haaland. I said it.
Bro,
I said it.
no,
I said
no,
it.
you did not
I
just
said
say
it.
that. You,
I said it. I said
you
it.
want
I
me
said
to
it.
edit this out? Just
Yes.
tell me right now.
Listen. No, 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 no,
I will
no.
edit this
Let me
out
tell
to
you.
save you.
Overall, as a striker, Rasmus Holland provides more than a Haaland. Don't get me wrong. Haaland, all his career, he has had a guy who assists. Wait. Don't get me wrong. At Borussia Dortmund, he had a Sancho to give him assists. Last
Okay.
season,
And how's
KDB
Sanchez
was
doing
finding
now?
him even. Sanchez is crazy. And then I know you always like the Sancho part. Anyway, listen. And then last season,
Okay.
KDB was picking. And I want you to remember last season, the game against Arsenal, the guy who scored actually the first goal was KDB. KDB and Gundogan were doing lots of work in that team. Haaland would just stat pad like Hurricane in small teams, like, he would just score hat tricks against Southampton. But now this season, all the Premier League defenders have found this guy out. And I told you, you just cut supply, he's nothing. But if you bring Rasmus Holland, he can go back in deep, pick the ball, and go forward. The only problem that Rasmus Holland has right now is just that he hasn't got enough time to play. But right now, I can say it right now. The Dane is better than the Norwegian. Case closed.
Jeez. Okay. So a lot to unpack there. I don't know if we have enough time to go through everything. I don't have time to book you
It's
a
facts.
psychologist to get your head checked. But first and foremost, who's the number one scorer right now? Who's the top goal scorer in the Prem? Haaland, 8
I have
goals,
no idea.
followed by Son and Isaac on Newcastle. I'm
Does he
just
have
saying.
eight
So
goals?
he has
Where
eight
did he score
goals.
the 8 goals?
110.
Where did
I
he
know.
score?
I'm just saying. Saying one of them was a penalty. So what? 7 goals still. He'd still be first place. So I'll tell you this right now. He's had a slow season, and we're roasting for having 8 goals.
But
That's
can I ask you?
what's up.
Is just scoring goals the only metric we're having here? We're like talking about right now. His team is failing. His Man City is struggling. They're not getting goals. The main job. Okay, what does it help to score a hat trick when you're winning 5-3? You score a hat trick. He needs to score the important goals, which is right now he's not doing. Hey,
Okay.
even against Sheffield United, I don't know if you remember, Man City beat Sheffield 2-1, and they had to score in the last minute with Rodri, but they were struggling. And now Rodri was out, KDB is out, and then Haaland is just nowhere. And then he can score against a Europa team or a UEFA Champions team like FC Payok or something like that. But look at the game against Arsenal. this is another team which is like the same quality. He was nowhere to be seen. But you saw Rasmus Haaland when he played against Arsenal. You saw how he was giving those guys a hard time.
Okay,
How many matches
how many matches have you seen of Rasmus? How many games have you seen?
Enough to know that he's the future Ballon d'Or.
Oh my god! You haven't even seen half a season worth, and you were saying he's better than Haaland. That is just straight blasphemous. I have to say that first and foremost. The only thing I will give you, I think even last season, if you count even or if you combine last season and this season, goals against the top six. So when you have a tough opponent, I think obviously in like UCL final, like anything that's like late game, like you said, I will give you that. When it's like you need to produce a goal out of nothing, it's a little bit hard. He needs to supply. That's unfortunately a striker, and that's
FA Cup final. Gundogan scored the 2 goals. A Champions League final, Rodri scored. I can go. The list is long. He disappears, but give him a Sheffield United. He'll score ahead. No, not even Sheffield. He can't even score against Sheffield. I don't know. Tottenham probably. He can score a hat trick.
Maybe this is the year they'll beat Spurs away. We'll see. But anyways, so I think that's blasphemous. Anyways, okay, that was enough. I think we should switch gears and talk about the other side of Manchester, the one that you love.
The one that matters the most.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna talk about your favorite guy, Mcguire. He was recently in the news. So this guy took the mic after England versus Italy. So obviously national team, and there was a big controversial statement he made, which is basically saying that you can't be a true England fan if you're booing your players. So I want to unpack that. So first and foremost, do you think you can be a true fan while still being critical of your club / players? First, go with that. And then second part is, should you boo? Yes or no? Why?
First part, as a fan, you have every right to either boo or not boo like your players, because if you come in and keep giving a shoddy shift, or we can see that you're not giving in your 100%, what are we supposed to do? Applaud you? No. So let's go back some steps. Why is Harry Maguire talking to reporters at his stage there? He doesn't even deserve to be in the national team. We all know it, and Gareth Southgate knows it. There's Harry Maguire, there's Henderson, and there is Calvin Phillips. Those 3 guys, if it's by merit, they don't deserve to be in the national team. So let's put that aside. Secondly, who is he in the national team? He's not even the captain. He's not even the vice captain. The captain is Harry Kane. So at the point where by now, this guy, every time there's a national game, he's out there saying stuff. Me, my stats are better in the games that I win and everything. So I'm asking, why is Harry Maguire always looking for the microphone? That's number one. That's the issue I'm having with this guy. He needs to do his talking on the pitch. And his talking has been very rubbish on the pitch for Manchester United. Even for England, he has been scoring on goals for quite a lot of time in that team. Exactly. So now at this point in time,
more goals than some strikers right now.
Exactly. Then now he says that people shouldn't boo. Was it not David Beckham was booed by his own countrymen for a whole, I think, half a season or season? When Cristiano Ronaldo came back from the World Cup, I think World Cup, or whenever he eliminated England, Manchester United supporters booed Cristiano Ronaldo for the whole season. And, when he knocked England out. So this doesn't start with Harry Maguire. He's the most useless player ever. Even he deserves to be playing for Leicester and D1. He cannot be able to say that because fans have the right to express. Now, let's come to a second point. Should you boo, yes or no? Yes, of course. That guy, to be honest with you, the work output of Harry Maguire and his mouth output, they are not correlating, brother. Brother, man.
Yeah.
He's all talk. Like, let's say, for example, if it's Harry Kane, the guy is killing it in the Bundesliga. He's scoring, and then he scores wonderful goals. I'm like, bruh, you should be talking. Jude Bellingham. Look at Jude Bellingham. But you even hear him saying anything. He's killing it at Real Madrid. He's man of the match. I think he has been man of the match like 10 games. The kid is brilliant. You have Maddison. He's killing it at Tottenham and in the national team. Yeah, you don't hear any quote. And then all of a sudden, Harry Maguire has something to say. Mandem, focus on the pitch. And the only thing that he's playing is just that.
More minutes on the mic than on the pitch, right?
Exactly. The only reason he's playing in that national team is just that this is not going to be controversial, but I feel like the England coach, he is biased because there are better CBs who could have played in that place than him. I will not mention people, but they are like the Gays, the Tacos, like there's so many English CBs, but
Yeah.
Harry Maguire can't even play at national at Manchester United. We were playing Johnny Evans even before him.
Oh God.
Come
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll
yeah,
chime in.
no,
Yeah, I'll chime in too. So I will say, I think the first things first is that Mcguire's lucky that he's playing as much game time he has on the national level. Obviously, if you're not performing at club level, it kind of gives an indication like, are you even match fit? Are there other issues? Obviously, I think the squad quality that England has is great, and like Stones is clear, Dunk is clear. I'd even say
mm-hmm.
Tomori's clear. Like, there's
Yeah,
just so many other people. Dunk is clear. Like, there's people that basically start before you. So for you to be bar none, I think probably the worst CB, at least currently now. Obviously, in the past, it might have been different. But if you're the worst player at that position, you should not be doing the most talking. Now, that being said, I know he kind of
sure.
has that camaraderie, like trying to protect his teammate, saying up, and being someone that has been booed so much. When Henderson got booed, he's taking it like the wrong way because he kind of maybe wish someone stuck up for him more or something. But regardless, I will say I think it's a little toxic to overly boo your players unless if they have a one-off game or something or one-off, a little. Some people have lulls. I'll say like I'm jumping a little bit here, but I remember Bale was notorious for getting booed like crazy at Real Madrid whenever he'd have a bad performance or something or just have bad attitude, even though he's done so much for the club. And a lot of people have that element too, where you've done a great job for matches and matches and matches, and then you have the one or two off spell, and then you get booed. It's hard to take, but I will say at the end of the day, you're a professional. You're getting paid millions of pounds a year. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to say, but if that comes with the tricks of the trade. If you told any player who's dying to get to that level, hey, we're
Yes,
gonna pay you a ton of money. You're gonna eat fine. You're gonna drink as much as you want. You're gonna be a celebrity,
true,
but
true.
you may get booed if you have bad performances. You'd be like, and like, is there like
Exactly.
what
Yeah.
else, right? Yeah. So I will say I think that it's not bad to boo. I don't think that disqualifies you as a fan. If anything, it means you care, you're passionate. But I think it's just understanding what you're booing for. So I'll
But
give you that.
also, it's feedback from us, the fans. Okay, why are you playing that football? Because at the end of the day, who are you doing this for? Because from me, last time I checked, the players say we're here for the fans. We're here to make you proud, to make you happy. Even say Alex Ferguson said the one thing that would give him joy is to know that he is sending 75,000 people home happy. You understand? Like that,
Yeah.
that for him, it wasn't about those 11 boys. It was about the 75,000 people who have paid their hard-earned money, that they leave Old Trafford and they're like, that was a good week. And
Mm-hmm.
you know how the football has an impact on us, right? So now you do an on goal. You are doing all the crazy stuff. You are even risking not qualifying. And then you say we should just be all happy and say, oh, tough like Harry Maguire, you are paid 50,000, I don't know, whatever they get paid in the national team. And we're not supposed to express our discontentment. It's for me, I think that's not even a conversation because at the same time, when he does well, we praise him. We praise him. We say like, oh,
Yeah.
good job, he's very solid. So no, he should.
Yeah.
Let's move to
Even
other
fucking
things.
McTominay. You're praising this guy
Yeah,
like crazy right now because he performed.
exactly.
He came
And
in
and if
late game and he
yeah,
had a game. I can't lie. He made the most of
exactly.
his time and he
He
showed more
can,
fight than people that start day in and day out. So I'll give you that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's move about bigger issues. We have bigger issues at Manchester United than this useless
Yeah,
man.
so we can move a little bit off the pitch now. So I heard there was a new activity or just rumors that maybe some came to fruition about obviously Glazers. I know it's a big topic for you guys. So you tell me. I heard a little someone.
Yeah,
Mr. Jim,
no, I have to.
yeah,
Yeah, I really have to be serious about this one. Like
yeah,
as a fan, I remember I even tweeted one time, like, please give us that oil money. We need it. And and when I say that, it's we have to agree that it's no longer the years of Ferguson where he could win a team, a Premier League with, I don't know, small boys like scores and everything. Now football is a business, it's an investment. Look at Newcastle. They were fighting relegation 3 seasons ago when that guy took Eddie Howe. They were
yeah,
position 15. But then as soon as they got injected some Arab money, They are buying the Tonalis of this world. They are, like you can change a stadium. Look at Manchester City. Manchester City, they were nothing. And then in these moments, the Arabs came through. They said, have your pick. Don't even worry about the budget. And also,
Let's
it's
worry
not
about
about
the
also
budget. You worry about the player. Yeah.
exactly. And then and,
Yeah.
and then to be honest with you, as a competitor, Manchester United and probably Arsenal and Liverpool, we look at that and we're like, okay, so what our owners doing? And then the Glazers are not going to start like the way they have just mismanaged the club. They have just been taking away all the profits we are making, right? So we were hoping that we find someone who has money to spend just because they like spending the money. To them, like for example, if you can see the Arab money. The Arab money is not, they're not looking for profits, just the way you see in the Saudi League. For them, these are their hobbies. Like so when you have money for a hobby, you are willing to say to let's say for example, you have a kid, tell it, go anywhere. Money is not an issue. Choose whatever you want to do. I will give you the money. And that's what we were expecting. And what would we have used that money? Old Trafford is the infrastructure is bad. Ronaldo, I know Ronaldo gave him a lot of stick, but he spoke about how it's still the same kitchen, same kind of
Yeah.
food. The training facilities are bad. Because
Yeah.
I asked myself, if they don't have the state of the art facilities, so they were the guys who said they were gonna pay off the debt, be able to invest in facilities so that we can be competitive. At this point in time, with them withdrawing and this say Jim Ratcliffe coming through, I am so close to just saying, you know what? Why should I stress myself if the owners don't even care about this club? And I think for me the last straw will be if they fire Ten Hag, then I'm like then that's it. Because I believe that
That's it
that man
means what?
actually
That's it means what?
that's I would take a break from supporting Manchester United. I'll be
You take the
supporting
jersey off?
Brentford.
You're gonna throw it on the ground?
It's a pajama. I can use it as a pajama, bro.
I'm just playing with you, but I
No,
see what you're
but
saying with investments. It's like all things, businesses and whatnot, even
yeah.
places you've known since childhood or whatever. Like you look back after a certain amount of years, decades, and there's like upgrades, right? So totally get that. I think obviously how old's the stadium? It's closer to being quote unquote Old Trafford right now. So like with all the
Yeah.
yeah, right?
That's
No screens, like it just you see the other new. It's like seeing your kid. Like your kid sees the other neighbor has like shiny toys, and you're like, "Hey, like when's my turn?" Right? I get that, and I think it's funny because the parents have money, which is your owners, right? So it's like
yeah.
you guys have the money. I know it's still spent, but I will say this. This is what I found really interesting. The last time I heard that United was going to get bought, I heard that their valuation was roughly 6 billion. Apparently,
My God.
it was a Saudi, Qatari, whatever it was. It was like I think there was like $8 billion value of their proposition to buy it, and they still got rejected, which is insane to me. Imagine saying, "Hey, you want this car?
Mm-hmm.
50 G's." I'm like, "Okay, here's
Mm-hmm.
60 G's." And you're like, "Not for sale." It's like, what? Like, you just told me what you let it go for, so you make me just waste my time. And obviously, when you're trying to buy something, I'm assuming you got to do due diligence, and it's a lot longer process. So I think that would be much more frustrating about that. And this is a side note, but I swear, whoever was trying to buy it for 8 bill, I could totally see them try to buy at least a stake in a different club. If hey, you
Apparently,
want
they
me,
want to. I heard Sheikh Jassim wants to buy Tottenham. I'm kidding.
you're
Someone told me
joking,
like
right?
I know I'm not even
Okay,
joking. Someone told me that he,
okay,
he
okay.
might actually be eyeing Tottenham, and I was thinking probably actually he will actually make Tottenham actually the best team in the Premier League. He's gonna get Mbappe and Vinicius.
Mbappe at Spurs. Oh god.
What?
You heard it here first. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. I made a
he
joke about it
can.
to my buddies. Actually, I
Yeah,
made a fake post when he
yeah,
said he wasn't gonna sign, and like obviously, I didn't expect them to believe me, but
yeah.
it was fun. But
Because
yeah.
right now, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably next, if Real Madrid doesn't buy Mbappe, he's done with La Liga. Because at this point, if you saw Messi won the Ballon d'Or, by the way, he's gonna ask himself, what should I do for me to win this thing? And he hasn't won
Wait,
Champions League. So
wait for
Champions League is
Messi
the
to
metric.
retire.
No, Champions
Yeah,
League
yeah.
is the metric. So he needs to go to a club that can do
I
Champions
see
League.
what
So
you're
if Real
saying.
Madrid
I see what
doesn't
you're
come through,
saying. I
yeah.
see what you're saying. Yeah,
So
yeah.
if those guys come through, you might just send me one jersey for Tottenham. He can send me that jersey of yours. We can go together. You
Oh
know.
God. You're gonna flip it? All right, cool. But
But
yeah, so obviously we talked a lot about money. I guess the next thing,
yeah.
speaking of money, is betting. So you mentioned Tonali earlier. and apparently he's gotten in a little trouble because he's apparently have some addiction or something of that nature. And I will say something about that. Obviously, we heard about Tony from Brentford having that issue as well, so it's reoccurring. So, any comments on that?
The, as a black man in this conversation, I have to qualify my statements.
You gotta
As a
what?
fellow,
Qualify your statements.
yes, I have to qualify my statements so that I'm politically correct. I
Okay.
just think sometimes I think skin color could have come into play because the way Tony was just thrown under the bus was just so quick and fast. It's the same way English referees would say give Casemiro a red card, but Romero will never get a red card because there's always a bias, and I feel like with Tonali there is a bias there.
Yeah.
If he did, it's the same crime, it's the same thing. Then one cannot plead mental health, and other one this you ban him for I don't know half of the season and all that because who knows what could have happened to Tony? He could have been signed for Arsenal right now. He could have been playing Champions League. He could be doing
Hey,
something,
who
but
knows what's
now,
gonna happen in the
yeah,
January window, man? I'm telling. I'm serious. I would
exactly.
love to have him. I'm at Spurs
But
at the Prem, still in the
but
Prem.
that's it. That there is will always be a black mark on his Premier League
Yeah, of
history, right?
course, of
But
course.
Tonali, nothing is being. They're saying is being investigated by Italian Federation, which is true.
And think
Basically,
about
they're
it.
trying from
He did stuff at AC. Maybe they knew
yeah.
that before shipping him out, so they said, "Hey, this is a
Mm,
problem. We're not going to be associated with you as strongly if we sell you." So maybe that's why they forced an exit for him because he was supposed to be a lifelong player. And I will
maybe.
say,
Mhm.
sorry, background thing as well. He's apparently back in training. So how can you have these scandals and stuff and you're just still continuing? And then my buddy from Juve was saying that I think it was Fagoli or
Yeah, yeah,
maybe pronounce his name wrong, but
yeah. Like
from
Fagioli,
Juve,
I think
Fagioli, Fagioli, right?
Fagioli.
Um, basically, he was under investigation and he just got screwed. It's like he's like under fire and that's it. So is it the fact that Newcastle owners are apparently filthy rich? Like they're like several times
Mhm.
more rich than City owners. So like, did they
Mm.
just give hush hush money and like that becomes another issue? Do you need more money in your club to kind of calm things down? So yeah,
But also, this is now comes back again to that topic we spoke about ownership. If the owners say, yo, bro, we spent 60 mil or 70 mil on this player, there's no way you're going to put him on the bench. Otherwise, we're going to put you, Eddie Howe, on the bench. You understand? This is
yeah,
our investment. We need this guy for Champions League. Right now, we beat PSG. We are on the verge of going to the round of 16. And then you're going to listen to some Italian allegations. I think for me, the word always comes from the top. Like to say, if the owners say, this is a bad PR, we don't want it. Newcastle, they've said, bruh, stay in Italy until you fix this. Which currently that's what Man U is doing. Anything we hear, any allegation, we're so afraid of bad PR. We're just like, Anthony, stay in your country, fix this until you come back. Greenwood, we cannot touch you, go to Spain, right? But
yeah.
if it was Sheikh Jassim, they just call him and he'd be like, bring back
I got
Greenwood.
it.
I
I
don't
got
care.
it. Give me five
that's
minutes.
that's why I wanted Sheikh
Yeah.
Jassim because you wouldn't be listening to all this nonsense. I'm not saying I condone, like GBV or anything, but I'm just simply saying Tonali is a different. The owners are different. Ivan Tony probably is because also Brentford is a community club, so people are saying this sets a bad role model for the kids.
Yeah.
But right now, if you have one unilateral owner and he says, "This is my car," I don't even care if you play fans come into the stadium. I got the money. Let the boys play. And then he does it. But I can also understand why the Premier League maybe they don't have jurisdiction per se because this has happened in Italy, right? Unless if it's a criminal case, then it's a different ball game. But I don't think it's a criminal case. It's just like it's a violation of FIFA rules, whatever. And now the question is, will the FIFA rules apply to also him playing in Champions League or in England? I don't know. I also do not know. To be honest with you, when I just saw the thing, I was just like, it's not Manchester United. Why do I care?
Yeah. All right. That
Yeah,
was a great session we
yeah,
had here. I know we talked about several different topics, and obviously, I think you
yeah,
ended out nicely, and you did actually give a nice preview because we're actually their next one episode will be about UCL updates. I know that it's going to be coming
yes.
back. Obviously, Ben still thinks that United's going to win UCL this year
The
as
Cha-
well. So,
Yes, 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 yes. We were going to beat Copenhagen at home, and we beat them in Copenhagen, and then we go and beat Galatasaray at their home stadium, and then Bayern Munich comes home, and by that time they would have qualified, so they're gonna put a second string side, and they're gonna go like Manchester United, Seavo, and then we're gonna win it, and then we're gonna meet PSG in the round of 16. We're gonna beat them, and then in the quarterfinals we're gonna meet probably one of the Milan teams. We're gonna beat them, and then we meet Real Madrid in the semi-final. We're gonna beat them, and then in the final we're gonna meet Man City. It's gonna be a Manchester derby, and you know what?
oh God,
We
that
are
was the
winning
most
it.
vivid dream that you must have had. And I'm assuming that same week you're gonna get a double promotion at work, gonna win the lottery, like just everything's gonna go well for you. Everything's gonna go well
Yes,
for you.
and Sheikh Jassim is gonna come back and says, "Oopsie, I was just joking." 10 bill, and then the Glazers will be like, "Take it out," and then they just run away, and then everybody's gonna be happy, and Greenwood is gonna
And
come
then
back,
you wake up from your dream after all of that. All right,
and Greenwood is
guys.
gonna be back.
Oh
So
God, his
yeah.
record cleared.
Okay. And one last thing, this
Go.
say your last statement is top of the Premier League, because the last time you guys were top of the Premier League, I think it was like, I don't know, last year or last year. When
No,
you were
so
top.
we were briefly up there, and it was like a shorter period. I think it was like less games played. But what's actually interesting is that this is the best start we've had since like the 1960s or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's like something like crazy like that. But that's more significant than being on the top for a little while. But having the most points gained from 8 games or whatever, I think that's more impressive. So I will say, obviously, sure, if you really want me to, I'm really happy with how my club's performing, and I just hope this continues. I'll be real with you. With all things good, it's like a roller coaster. Right? You're doing really poorly, you know it's going to be an uptick soon. If you're at the top of the mountain, eventually there's going to be a slip, and you're going to fall a little bit. So I'm going to say is that I still think the goal you should not. This is the one thing I will say about myself, at least, or at least the fans I've seen the majority of, is that we don't get too carried away. If we were to still get European competition, because we didn't even get that last year, let's be honest.
Yeah.
With a new coach, everything, all things considered, we didn't even have that much big of a window. I think that would be still a win, and for me, it's steps. Now, I want to see more bolstering of forces this upcoming window. That would be great. So if we got Ivan Toney, for example, that would be music to my ears, right? So
Mm.
if we're able to
Yeah, I
even
don't have a
secure
striker.
top four, dude, the competition this year is insane. Like, I'm sorry, I keep saying this, but like, there's no real easy walkthrough game after game. No, there's no string of games that people are like, oh man, this is gonna be easy.
Yeah,
So
Luton, Sheffield, those are easy ones. Yeah, and
I'm
Burnley.
saying not too many, right?
Okay,
So
yeah, that's true.
at
That's true.
least 10, bro. You're 10th. There's 10 other
Yeah.
teams that you're scared to face. You would not put your life savings on before they play and say, I got this 100%.
Cool.
So
Cool. Cool.
I think that just speaks to the competitiveness of the league. So yeah,
Mhm.
I love what we're doing. I think we're playing really attractive front-footed football, and I just want to see more of it, to be honest. And hopefully, we have no major injuries. Knock on wood. And yeah, that's all I want to say from that.
Bruh, I'm happy for you. These are the benefits of playing one game a week. Unlike some of us who have got a lot of things to do, but I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just giving you a compliment.
Yeah, the king of
Uh,
throwing shade. Okay.
so
Thank you.
you guys enjoy it, and so okay. I also had another last question for you. Sorry. So now we're looking at the current results. Where would you see yourself finish it?
Finishing
Just
still,
yes.
I still
Give me
think
no give me no, no don't give me explanation. Just give me a number. Give me a
I'll
number
give
like
you. I'll
four,
give you.
five, six. Yeah.
I can see us getting injury and getting fifth. Fifth, someone else
Fifth.
turns it up. Eventually, maybe Anspel gets figured. I don't know. So I'm thinking fifth, fourth. I still think, yeah. Dude, if we get anything more than fourth, I'll be stunned. I'll be real honest with you.
I think it'll be fourth. I think
Dude,
it'll be fourth.
how long did Arteta take to get his ideology in and basically essentially get top four or whatever? Right? I'm sorry,
I
but
think it'll be fourth.
winning a competition would obviously be nice on paper because you obviously
Mm.
if you won silver, haven't won silver or silver wild, that's obviously a big goal. But if you won silver, I'm sorry to say, like, no shots to my West Ham fans or friends, I will say, but I will say is that like they finished what like 15, 16 or something. I forget what it was. It was like they were like hovering around 15th.
Yeah.
They won. What was it? The Conference League or Europa? Which one was
Yeah,
it?
Conference League. Yeah,
Conference
Conference
League
League.
again. So they still won silverware, but it's like,
Mm.
are you really gonna be thrilled about the next season after that? I'd be terrified. I'd be thinking, okay, now we won silverware. Now we're gonna get relegated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Leicester without the
I hear you.
Conference League. If Leicester right now won a Conference League the year or two prior, does that
Yeah.
mean anything? No.
No.
So I think you need to still have a good league position and then also win that, like something on the side. Obviously, you never know what's going to happen. You can always go all in for a tournament and then get knocked out at the very end, and then you still get relegated. That would be the worst of both worlds, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think right now, things are looking favorable.
All right. Cool, guys. So that was our episode. And, I had to leave the last word to the guy who's on Toppenham. And yeah, so please forward these episodes to your friends, subscribe. And, we are here to give you unbiased views of the Premier League. Unbiased.
Half of us. Half of us.
See you next time.
All right.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Take care.